What is up? Alright, so today in my VK168, or as I'm just going to keep referring to it from now on, is going to be the Malware Breaker. The same tank, Malware Breaker just has the skin. You know what? This tank is, well, let's not kid ourselves. It's pretty much shit. It's essentially a baby mouse. But you know what's the best part about playing a shit tank? You have no expectations of it actually, being good or doing anything. So here we are, we're on Lakeville, we're on an encounter, we're in a tier 9 game, and we're in one of the crappiest premium tanks we can get our hands on. Because, well, it's bad, so I'm probably going to end up loving it. And for right now, we're going to go ahead and just futz around with this light tank. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Look at this angle. Now, the good news with this Malware Breaker is that actually the armor it's alright overall. It's got, unfortunately, unlike Mouse and the rest of them, they got weak spots here and here. And of course the world's biggest lower plate, but there's actually some rather thick armor for a tier 8. So angling and everything's really going with his thing. But I don't know what that scout thought he was going to do. He was going to RNG, high roll it. But I'm going to go ahead and just try and take some blind shots at him. Now, the thing with this is that the gun is pretty much inaccurate. The only reason I have whatever the hell this is, modified configuration, is because it used to be a toolbox. And that's what was on this tank before. I think I have gun rammer vents, and it was a toolbox, and now it's modified configuration. So like I said, we're going to futz around with this light tank for a bit, just try and hopefully give him a nice love tap. While the tank is rather crap and the gun is pretty much inaccurate, it tends to hit like a truck. We got a 128 mil and it's pulling 440 alpha. So, I mean, if nothing else, it at least hits hard. So, since we're approaching up here with the rest of the heavies, and there are some of the tier 9s, and I am in the shittiest of fucking tanks. It's okay, we have a bicycle, we're good. I thought about maybe checking this guy out, but then I thought better just to try and stay hidden in the buildings. So we're over here, we're loading gold, because all the tier 9 heavies are up ahead of me. And there's the big brother, the Mausian. Just trying to find the lower plate, and we somehow do. I don't think we were lit. Or we might have. I mean, who cares? This thing's as big as a goddamn house. This is Mao's light. And we're just going to try and come back to the Mausian itself, and we're just going to miss. So here we are, the enemy already, looks like they got a pretty good force. I can't quite tell who the hell we got in the valley. Oh, we got the Brigetto, the Ag Tiger, and Borsig, and the Carnarvon. But we managed to go ahead and get that shot on the Mausian again, so he's very unhappy. And, oh my god, we managed to bounce something. Which, quite frankly, is rare in this tank. Because of the numerous weak spots. So the armor is rather alright. It's not the greatest. Okay. If we get out of the goddamn bush, see, we're bouncing the Soma and stuff. Now, see, the Mausian was trying to go for the weak spot of the whole machine gun. But here we go, we're on reload, we're angling up a bit, trying to block the Soma. Now, I know the Tiger 2 is behind me right now. But I need to cover my weak spots. So, Tiger 2 fired, so I basically was just trying to clear a sight, and then right there, I literally backed up to try to help him out a bit, so he ain't quite the whole clip. And I think he kind of realized what I did. Okay, that little sequence right there just happened really quick. Like I said, it was, I need to cover up my weak spots while I'm reloading, don't let the Soma try to start clipping me. And also because I know the Tiger 2 is right behind me, make sure I go ahead and clear his line of fire so he'll be able to shoot past me without me dancing back and forth in his way. And then once I saw he fired, and I saw the Soma was trying to clip him out, I go ahead and start reversing to try and help cover him up. All that was planned. Okay. I don't don't know if they buffed the sidearm or this, because I remember that being overmatchable by 122s. But it seems like they buffed it, so if you're not an E100, you can go fuck yourself. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. That's what I thought. I don't know if they buffed it or has it always been like that. But right now, I'm trying to come around, because we still have the more tier 9s around that corner, so I don't want to come out completely and face them. But unfortunately, this is a giant fucking tank, so I'm going to have to go ahead and find a different angle. I don't want to come out and face all of them with all their guns pointing right at me. Then I got these clowns over here trolling around the bottom of the church in the camp, so I got to be aware that they might try and pop out and come get me. Careful how far I poke out. Now we got some targets over here. Let's see if we can do something. Maljian's side scraping, so I mean, the Maljian, he's only on 49 hit points. Okay, I fired the gold round I had loaded, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just back off for 12 seconds. Let's load an HE round. I could probably just shoot him anywhere and make him go away. So, of course, we'll miss. I'm like, okay, hit my reload key again. Just let him know I'm reloading. This guy's going to come out and he's going to start looking for me. And he's shooting HE as well. So, yeah, we're having all sorts of fun. We already got 1800 blocked. Maljian got a shot on me, but I went ahead and hit him with my high explosive anywhere. And we're good. Now, that guy's also annoyed, so he's also shooting high explosives at me. Now, I got this high explosive loaded again. And I'm looking for someone to go ahead and chuck it to. Now, I saw the object over there start moving up, so I'm going to back up to try and make sure he has a small shot on me if he does want to try and push it. Unfortunately, the Valley is currently lost their ass, and so we're going to have a whole bunch of angry tanks coming up our back not too long from now. So we got to go ahead and clear this side out and get moving. Try to look for a shot on the A75. He's unfortunately stalking, rolling the 88. So, he's no good. You know, he's trying his damnedest, so my armor is actually holding up a good bit. So, he's incredibly stalked. Okay, we got him. We'll just slap him with some HE, track his butt, and just keep moving. No worried about that. 257 up front. He might come around and try and press the T30 while he's reloading. My current concern is getting rid of the C75. Since he saw I was firing high explosives, he kind of just decided to ignore me. But now he no longer can, and he's out of hit points to stay in the fight. Someone had a shot up in here, not entirely sure who. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and just drop the E75 so we can start helping their T30 and the rest of my guys out. Got AMX 30. We're kind of lucky the enemy hasn't fully came up all this way just yet. I think our ISU's been holding them off a bit. Now, like I said, I want to come up here, but I see the STA shot, but I couldn't quite get it. I really wanted to come around and go ahead and get rid of the 257. Since we're almost reloading, we're going to start coming around, press him while he's probably not looking the right way, and then I want to fire and or ram him, or watch him be ammo-wrecked. Now, luckily with that modified configuration, while it's not quite the toolbox I had on here, it still gives quite a bit of repair speed. So that's kind of nice. Too bad I wasn't ready for this guy, or someone wasn't closer to be able to spot him a little sooner. But here we go. We got the Waffle and we got the Ag Tiger, and I couldn't ask for a better shot on that Waffle if I wanted. Like I said, this gun is not accurate. We're already blocked 2,600 damage. The Ag Tiger turned side on, so thank you very much. I think I'll have me some. A target that big, it'd be really hard, even for this gun to miss. But he's trying to move around and get away. So I'm going to try and start getting in position. And yeah, I saw the explosion on the hillside, so we missed. Maybe a fractal of a second too late. Alright, so our current plan, unfortunately, we are cornered into the cap. Good news is the only real one who's going to come and challenge us is that Carnarvon that was seen rolling around the north here. So he's going to be the probably the most immediate threat. Now, our team has to be careful of this opening here, this one, and this one. And then, of course, the back street down here, where the Carnarvon's going to be trying to come from. Okay, we got the two tank destroyers hiding out over here. So, I mean, unfortunately, I think this Tiger 2 is in a bit of a bad position because it's also an obvious hiding spot. Now, I'm not in too much of a better one because I could be in view range of the Waffle, but we're currently doing all right, so we're just going to make the best of what position we can. Try not to get too complacent. Oh, shit, Borsig. Borsig fired. So we're fine. Now I'm just waiting to see, okay, where's the shot going to come from? It's going to be the Waffle or the Ag Tiger's going to try and take a swipe. T-30 land a nice shot on that Borsig. I might be screwing up the Tiger here. Alright, Ag Tiger has been revealed. Start aiming our gun down. Must have fired at something. Tiger 2 went ahead and got a shot on him, and I went in and put him out of his misery. Okay, all I gotta do right now is just hide behind the church a bit. Just wait, and now we're going to try and press up toward the Carnarvon. Unfortunately, I still have a bunch of cap points. And also, unfortunately, Tiger 2 just got taken out. Now, Borsky doesn't have much health, so I'm going to give him, like, no attention. The two back there should be able to handle it if they are paying attention. But apparently, that T-30 is apparently going to have some trouble with him for some unknown reason. So like I said, I have a good bit of the cap points, so I have to stay on this cap if we have any hope of really being able to pull it out. So, right now, Borsig basically a one-shot, and T-30 just somehow keeps missing him. Waffle has no interest of actually rolling into the city, and the Carnarvon's, one of the first things the Carnarvon's going to have to deal with will end up being me. So, if he wants to go ahead and push it, who's to push his luck, I'm going to try and find an angle I can within the cap. We're getting down to 7 seconds. I'm a little worried what might come up behind, and there's the Carnarvon, and he flubbed his shot. Cap is complete, and that's the end of that one. Now, like I said, this is basically a shit tank, but this went really well. I really like this battle. This is actually the ace for the VK168, or as I'm going to forever keep calling it, the unskinned malware breaker. No one should ever buy this tank, but that was an alright game. We went ahead and managed to cap it out because, unfortunately, circumstances dictated we had to stay in the cap and hold on as long as we can. And it all worked out. I mean, the game could have gone on much longer, but I still had a good bit of hit points, so even if they did reset me, because the minute I get reset, I go and charge down that Carnarvon and go crush his dreams. But that's all I got, and go ahead and catch you later.